Welcome back to Craftadia. And yes, that's right. I'm probably late on the catch-up, I guess you could say. The end is out, and I have a full inventory of just junk. Got myself 52 shulker shells. Can't complain. Let's take that head off. That's a little better. I kind of like the idea of the dragon heads looking like big old punching gloves. Yeah. Oh, and one of the other things that are new on the server, Craftadia now has a new server owner, and they're doing an amazing job so far, I reckon. Good job, and keep the hard work up. I love it. I think I have plenty of elytras now, and shulker shells. Life is good on Craftadia at the moment. Oh, and I was kind of messing around with a bit of redstone to try and make some of the mud blocks. And I've come up with this contraption, which is pretty cool. For a little demonstration, shall we? Grab some dirt. Punch out the shovel, put the dirt in the offhand, and then just place it down there, and then it'll change, and then just hold it down. It's not fully foolproof yet, and it was very click intensive. So the way this thing kind of works is, to be honest, I don't know how this thing works anymore. So all this, I don't actually need this. These were something else I thought I needed, but turns out I didn't need. But anyway, so this redstone torch is lighting up this redstone dust here, which is then powering this repeater, and then I've also got this repeater on, but also locked at the same time. So meaning that this repeater will constantly have power, so that when I place a dirt block into this, it'll power it. And then because it's powering this block, it's also powering this dispenser. So that's why I don't really need these observers anymore. So then that will dispense these water bottles, splashing it. But then I've put these hoppers here, this hopper here, just to funnel into this chest, but if you can see here, there's a hopper back here. This hopper back here, with this line here, it's just an item filter. And then this item filter is pulling out glass bottles, sending the glass bottles into this dropper back here. So whenever a glass bottle gets put in here, oh, it's a dispenser, not a dropper. So whenever it gets put into here, it'll then be pulsed by this little pulse clicker thing, sending a signal down through the leaf down there, into this target block down here, which is what's actually powering this dispenser. And then the water bottles will fill up with water because there's a full source there, and then also be shot out, and they'll flow up this bubble column over the top, back into this chest in here, which is very full, and then flow down to the hopper and then back into the dispenser. So it's kind of like a self-filling thingy-majiggy. But the only problem I have with it is I need just a basic shovel, because if I have any other shovels, it's just too fast. The signal doesn't get pushed into the block fast enough to then signal that I should shoot the water onto it to make mud. So it's like that, and that's the way it is. Yeah. Now back at home again, just looking out over here, it just seems so bare compared to glancing over and looking at my lovely tree. It's just so pretty. As you can see, I'm starting to lay out a couple branches and stuff. So I've got some netherrack branching up there for a bit of a tree. I've got a patch there set for another tree. And I've got a couple of these spikes spiked up and spiking around. And I'm trying to work on a little bit more foliage, I guess you could say. So I'm adding just a bunch of like decorations around. I need to add a couple more leaves over here. I've got a little pond down here, which is pretty cool. But yeah, just walking through here, you wouldn't think that this would be like some form of like elfin treehouse thing. Oh, hello, frog. You're very far away from your swamp. I don't know where the other one went though. He's just vanished. Or she, I don't know. I can't tell. Whoa, there's a good jumping frog. I might have just forgotten what I was saying. Oh yeah, the fact that there's no trees, foliage around. So I'm going to work on some of that. And I think I'm going to build a little something round about here, I reckon. That little something can help me view the world and do all other sorts of things, I reckon. So with that, let's again get back to building more trees, I reckon. And with the help of shulker boxes, I can actually have a lot more resources in shulker boxes if they don't despawn on me. So let's hope that that's fixed in the new Craftadia stuff. From what I remember though, they only despawn when there's a lot of entities around, and there's not a lot around me. You're an entity. Okay, back to building. Let's go. Now look at my tiny little house. It's a little bit raining now, but I'm really happy with how this treehouse came out. And if you didn't guess my small little cryptic little message that I said before, it's a map room. So I'm gonna end up putting some maps up there, and this is gonna be the big map wall, which is going to take a while to fill out, but I think that will be for later, because I probably just don't have time for it in this episode. And then coming outside of this little map room, we've got a little bit of a garden here. I'm gonna have another walkway, which I've built here, that goes all the way across to my bed. See, it's in my little house. But then if you look down, I've built a little bit of decoration down here. Just make our way down here and out. So I need to fill out this tree, but I'll do that later too. But then coming across this little bit here, I threw in like a water wheel here. It doesn't really have any purpose. Like these lightning rods count as like it's holding it up and it's keeping it spinning. And then this is like a loop chain that's spinning this crank to this crank. And it's rotating around, then leads into the tree over there. And then maybe I'll have like rotational things inside the tree. I don't know. Let's see what my brain can come up with. And then I thought, because this water's here, I might as well make it flow somewhere. So I've kind of got a little flowing down around here. And then later on, I'll extend this and expand it elsewhere. I haven't really thought of where the water's coming from, but it's here. For now. Maybe I have to build like a water tree or something. And then with more of the vegetation, I've got mushrooms up here, some more bamboo, got big old rocks. And then one thing that I really like doing right now is throwing Nylium netherrack here, which kind of like is a greener grass, a bluier aqua grass. I really enjoy that. I've thrown a wheelbarrow here just because why not? And I've got like a little cart hidden around here. I don't know, maybe the elves... Oh no, I broke it. Maybe the elves are like secretly traveling and moving cargo and stuff. That's why it's like hidden behind these little bushes. But yeah, it's coming along pretty nicely. I need to fluff up this area a bit more with some more vegetation and colors, which I really love this idea too. Using coral and then like having water underneath it on a trapdoor. Great pops of color. But with that, that will probably be the end of the episode for today. I'll end up in the beginning of the next episode. I'm going to work very hard, very, very hard on trying to fill up all these maps and these maps. I'm still tossing up if I want to have this as like the really small minuscule maps and it would be like pretty much the entire server, or do I just do one layer of the map? I don't know. I'll figure that out later. Oh, I forgot this little corner too. Got my adventurous aviation wings here. It's kind of like a cool little thing. But again, it's going to be the end of the episode. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.